Hello, it's Billy from Insanity Samples. Let's check out the score to the trailer for Folk Fiddle 2 version 3 update. So it's a pretty basic folk-inspired chord progression with live acoustic guitars, then a soft upright bass from the Screaming Blues collection, and a drum kit from the Cool Jazz collection, with the fiddle then just sitting on top. The idea was to use the basic factory preset of the fiddle with all of the overlay functionality that is in the library when you open it. So we have the expressive longs taking up the bulk of the work, as that really is the king in this library. It does the heavy lifting. Then we have the crescendos in the lower end of the velocity spectrum, then these sforzato crescendos, and then finally the turns at the very top of the spectrum. Every now and then the new override function for the slow legato transitions is engaged as well with a key switch, but barring that, it is just live playing in a very natural setting. Let's open up this MIDI roll so we can see what's going on in the melody, because as you can see, the velocities are jumping over the place, and that is how we change between our articulations in this overlay engine. Supernatural and very fluid. Let's start taking a listen. Okay, so we can see there we make use of the override legato functionality just to briefly dip into the slow, as for the most part we are locked to fast transitions here, as it is ultimately just the nature of these sorts of folksy fast-paced melodies where those slurs are just quite far and few between. But when you do want to use them, it's usually a jump between one note to another in a kind of held moment of the melody. So we're moving from a D to an A here, and we are making use of the slow legato that locks to the slow position. So that transition without the slow legato. Just an immediate change there, which is also quite beautiful, but with that little slur. Beautiful use of the turns there on that B that moves to the G. We can really feel it pull us down to that note. Let's take another listen to that. Beautiful use of the turns as it moves from that F sharp down to the E. We get a really fluid sense of motion there, with the turn happening as an individual sample, moving to the E, which is again an individual sample, but the blending is just beautiful. Okay, there's not too much more to discuss here. We're making use of the opening preset factory default of the library. It is locked to G major as the scale that we're playing in, so we're getting the correct turns as per the key that we are actually in. We're making only use of the expressive longs, crescendos, sforzatos, and the turns in this piece, occasionally dipping into the slow legato transitions, but other than that, it is just a full performance, one-led live performance on the keyboard. Head to insanitysamples.com to check out the full in-depth walkthrough and other contextual demos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.